nobody should ever say that there's something called Akyem Mafia. Because if you remove the role of the Akyem people from the history of this country, you won't have a history.
Well, they talk about Akyem Mafia and Akufo ADDO's administration.
There's nothing like that. What is the name of that mafia? These are individuals who have historical roots. The guy who named this country is from Akufo ADDO's background. The one who wanted Ghana called Ghana.
You are talking about J.B. Dankwa.
J.B. Dankwa, obviously. Yeah. If you took our currency, I don't know whether if I brought one here.
I see the big six here.
Yes. His father is one of the individuals who are acclaimed as the pioneers of our independence. Look at this man's, with the greatest of respect, thorough upbringing, his intellectual powers, and what he's going through as a politician, so that eventually God rewarded him with the higher office of president. Who thinks he's doing Akufo ADDO favor? Who believes that there's a mafia that they are foisting on this country? Look at the Atta family, how large they are. Who is in Akufo ADDO's government and is connected with Akufo ADDO by relationship?
Who? No, you, for instance?
Yes.
You are connected by Akufo ADDO by relationship.
I'm connected to Akufo ADDO by relationship, but yes, nobody in his right mind will say that there's a mafia and I'm being favored to me stand in an office that I do not merit. Who in Akufo ADDO's family does not merit where he is? How many people can say, I mean, rationally, that Ken Atta is the greater a buffoon who has been foisted on us? Nobody can say that. These are individuals of high achievement in their private capacities. And now God has given them the space to serve this country. I don't know why people are so nervous about this situation, as if there's a whole mafia trying to mess up this country. A mafia that can roll out free senior high school. Have you seen a mafia like that? People who have a sensitivity that let everybody go to school.
Well, mafia just means that it's a cabal of sorts, and maybe he's identifying a lot of people from the Atta family who are formed like a cabal. You know, that's what he means.
What is a cabal doing, if there is a cabal at all?
They are part of the governing of the country, and they are part of the high decision-making matters.
Because they merit it. Anybody you see who is associated with Akufo ADDO and is in government is not enjoying that office by way of that blood relationship per se, but we are practicing meritocracy. That is what defines the MPP. It's a people of merit. That's what it is like. So I don't understand the sense of somebody talking about a mafia. You see, because
but you don't know this man on the screen.
I've never seen him before. I've never seen him in his posture and his aggressive tendencies. And until I saw that even he was associated with drugs, I said, no wonder. Because I cannot see why anybody in his right mind will begin to talk about Atta the first time and an allegation of the murder of a chief as a ritual to, help Atta the first go to his grave and the rest of it. I see Akufo ADDO's background, people of murderous instincts, all kinds of things he was saying.
This way of the police arresting him, you're a lawyer, if you were his client, I see they are brandishing a court order, a court arrest warrant.
Yes.
Okay, is that okay?
That is valid. You see, even it's not only the court that can give a warrant for arrest. I think any police officer above the rank of, I think, superintendent or so, can issue a warrant for somebody's arrest. And I think there is nothing untoward here. If he will cooperate with the police, they didn't hold him. But if he's resisting arrest, the police will use reasonable force to haul him to where he belongs.
But these people said they are from the national security. Are they police?
Well, I wouldn't know who they are, but whatever it is, insofar as they have the powers of arrest and they are carrying the requisite warrant, you can't hold them.
But who is Akyem Mafia?
Well, Akyem Mafia is... I'm
asking because he bears your name.
Well, my Akyea is from Agogo in the Asante Akyem district in the Asante.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so my Akyea is not associated with Akyem Mafia, but that's the famous chief of Akyea, who the allegation was that he was murdered after the death of Danase of Atta the First. And it is a very, sore point in the history of the Akyem people. And people were saying that he was murdered for ritual purposes and the rest of it. But there are so many, dimensions to this case that I believe that.
But was J.B. Danquah alive then? Was it?
J.B. Danquah was alive.
Okay.
J.B. Danquah's half-brother is Ofori-Atta the First.
And Ofori-Atta the First is the famous Ofori-Atta who had 100 children?
That is so.
Okay, okay.
And
Nana said Ofori-Atta.
Nana said Ofori-Atta. That is President Akufo ADDO's grandpa via Nana Akyea, who married Edward Akufo ADDO.
Who's Nana Akyea?
Nana Akyea is Abontendon of Chebi, who's passed on and married President Akufo ADDO.
You mean Nana Akyea is Akufo ADDO's mother?
That is so.
Okay, okay, I get it now.
Yes.
And her father was Nana Ofori-Atta the First?
Nana Ofori-Atta the First.
Okay.
So when you look at it from some...
Who was J.B. Danquah's brother?
Half-brother.
Okay, same mother?
No, the same father.
Same father.
Yes. The great Otchere Adom-Otchere gave birth to, Ofori-Atta the First. And then through another woman from Adom-Otchere, J.B. Danquah came to be.
I see.
Yes. So it was a very, very, unfortunate situation of our people. But
Apejahene was killed in Chebi?
It was not known whether he was killed in Chebi. There are so many dimensions I've heard about this case.
But this matter is in the 50s, or is it 40s or 50s?
It was in the 40s.
I see. That's a long time ago.
A long time ago. But you see, there is no evidence to show that the royals or the grandchildren masterminded the killing of the man. As a matter of fact, some people even believe that he was not killed by anybody, but he hanged himself because of an epilepsy condition he had as a chief, and the attack manifested openly. And when he rose up and he was informed that, look, the epilepsy showed up, he went to hang himself and the rest of it. But to connect, with the greatest of respect, to connect this case to President Akufo ADDO and his family is the kind of insane levels that should not engage the attention of this nation. It's unfortunate.
But he also had very harsh words for the Electoral Commission, this man. So he was denied bail. Lawyers usually argue against that. Is that okay?
Well, it depends on the temperature of the moment. You see, I believe that this man, for his own sake, should rest somewhere. Because I do not know whether she has the ilk of the Electoral Commission in his family. If this man is married to a decent woman, probably the kind of vituperations that were coming from him would never be uttered. What has the woman done wrong? A very decent woman, solid pedigree, appointed by the president to function as the Electoral Commission. This woman, it is very obvious, is going according to what the Constitution says. She's performing a constitutional mandate. And if people are dissatisfied with the way she's doing things, does she deserve this kind of level of tirade and insults? It's very, very unfortunate. And probably, there is some elements of rationality which should be examined, because I never took him serious. When you see a man who is making a rational arguments and about 95% is all insults, then there's no substance in what he's trying to churn out in the first instance.